Hello dear class, today we will start the further part of the lesson The Snake and the Mirror by Vaikum Mohammad Bashir. So now let us have a discussion what we have discussed in the previous two classes. So firstly, a poor homeopathy doctor is the narrator of the story. He lived in a house where there was no electricity and was full of rats. On a summer night, he returned home late, feeling suffocation. He opened windows. Then he lit up a kerosene lamp and sat on the chair in front of a large mirror and took out a medical book to study. He could not concentrate as the weather was hot. While looking at the mirror, he made two plans. To look more handsome, he will shave daily and he would keep a smile on his face. Before he could do anything, the venomous creature had coiled itself around his left arm. The doctor tried his best to hold his breath and become like stone, as he knew even a slight movement may kill him. The doctor was praying for the Almighty's blessings to get rid of the situation. It appeared to him that his left arm was getting crushed and under the pressure of the venomous snake. His mental and physical strength was drained off. He labeled himself as stupid fellow and he smiled himself. So this is the matter that we have gone through in the previous two classes. Now we will start. So there was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod, no, a rod made of molten fire, was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. What could I do? So what happened here? At this snake, as the snake has coiled itself, it had wrapped itself around his arm. It was experiencing a lot of pain. He was feeling as if a thick molten rod made of lead was crushing his arm and breaking it. He felt helpless. He could not do anything to save himself. We'll move next. At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. Death lurked for inches away. Here strike means attack, and lurked means to hide or hid. Lurk means to hide, lurked means hid. This is the past form of hide. So what happened here? He knew that if he moved a bit, the snake would attack him. Death was very near. It was sitting at a distance of 4 inches. Suppose it struck, what was the medicine I had to take? There were no medicines in the room. I was but a poor, foolish and stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled briefly at myself. Briefly means very weakly. So what happened here? He thought that if the snake bit him, then what would he do? Which medicine he would take, and then he recalled that there was no medicine in his room. He felt that he was a poor, foolish and stupid doctor. He was feeling very weak, and as he did not have any way to come out of this situation, he smiled at his foolishness. Next what happened? It seemed as if God appreciated that. The snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. So what it means? The doctor felt that God appreciated the doctor's realization of his mistake. Something favorable happened and the doctor's life was saved. The snake moved its head to the other side and saw the mirror. It looked at the mirror and it saw its own reflection in it. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into the mirror, but it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. So what happened here? It was not possible that any snake had never looked at itself in the mirror before, but yes, this snake was looking at itself in the mirror, and the doctor was surprised because the snake was looking at itself in the mirror very carefully. Okay, the snake got diverted and started looking at its own reflection in the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? So this is the question in the mind of the doctor. He was thinking that maybe it was admiring its beauty. Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache or using eyeshadows and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead? Here vermilion spot means red bindi. Okay, you might have heard the word bindi. Okay, this is a red bindi. So the doctor imagines that the snake must be imagining different styles like he was thinking few minutes back. Okay, when he was looking at his face in the mirror, he was thinking about himself, how to get styled off. So in the same way, he thought that the snake might be thinking by looking at the reflection in the mirror. He thought that maybe the snake was thinking of growing a mustache or maybe of wearing eyeshadow and mascara to look for more pretty, or maybe it was thinking of wearing a red colored bindi on its forehead. I did not know anything for certain. What sex was what sex was this snake? Means whether what is the gender of the snake, whether it's a male or female. I will never know, for the snake unwound itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. From there, it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. Here, closer quarters means to get a closer look. So what happened here? The doctor did not know whether it was a male or a female snake, and he says that he will never come to know this because just then it crawled from his arm and moved down into his lap. Okay, from there it jumped and started crawling over the table. It crawled very close to the mirror and started looking at itself. The doctor thought that maybe snake wanted to look at itself and have a closer look at its appearance. I was no mere image cut in granite. I was no mere image cut in granite. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. Here granite means, you might have heard the word granite, which will be used as a flooring for the buildings and houses. It is a form of a marble or it's a stone. Okay. So what happened here? The doctor was no longer a mere statue made of stone. As soon as the snake crawled and got down from him, he came back to life. Okay. So till now what we have understood, It is a story of a homeopathic doctors encountered with a snake. The doctor lived in a small rented room which was an outhouse. It had 2 windows and a tiled roof. The tiles were supported by gables which rested on the beam, and there was no electricity supply to the room. The place was infested with rats. Okay. One hot summer night, the doctor took his meals at the restaurant and returned home. He lighted the kerosene lamp, took off his coat and shirt, and opened the 2 windows. He settled on the chair and took out a medical book to read. Okay, there was a large mirror on the table on which stood a lamp. Since it was too hot to sleep and he had nothing better to do, he sat down in front of the mirror, admiring himself, planning to improve his appearance as he was an eligible bachelor. Gradually, his thoughts shifted from self-admiration to planning his future marriage. He thought that he would marry a rich doctor having a good practice, and that he would choose a fat lady as his wife so that she would not be able to run and catch him. Later, he was so engrossed in his daydreaming that he did not give much importance to the sudden silence. The rat had stopped scampering and there was no sound of something falling behind him. But he was slow to react. By the time he turned around to have a look, a snake had wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on his shoulders. It coiled around his left arm above the elbow. It was a dangerous cobra and its hood spread out, hardly 3 inches from his face. The doctor sat there like a stone statue, afraid to move lest the snake may strike. He thought of various medicines he had, and if any was good enough to save him if the snake did bite him. In this moment of fear of death, he realized the presence of God. God had punished him for being too proud and arrogant. He realized that he was but a mere human, a poor man, nothing to boast about. Okay, so this much is the story that we have gone through till now. I hope you have understood the story till this much. We will continue the further part of the story in the next class. Till then, take care. Have a nice day. Bye.